Jenny Funkmeyer here. This is actually a parallel university video about relationship, and I'm going to use my relationship with my wonderful, beloved Otis Funkmeyer right here to be the real explanation for some really incredible concepts that are in my head that I believe to be true for my relationship, and I am willing to use my own relationship to prove to myself so I can go, whether I am right or wrong, so that I can go from theory and belief to knowing. The only way to go from theory and belief to knowing is to go through the apex point in the middle of theory and knowing. There's a point in which, oh, I know everything, and that's the point right here in the middle. And by talking about my relationship with my husband, Mr. Otis Funkmeyer, I love you, I'm going to be talking about the male and female brain, because it has a lot to do with Otis' video. Okay, look at this. I have already talked about myself for a long time, and now I'm going to talk about Otis. Well, first of all, let me explain that. There is no such thing of talking about other people first. You always talk about yourself first. So this false notion of, oh, unconditional love means I love everything exactly the same. Yes, that's true. But no, not right now, because that's true when it's all unconditional love, all one, just like Neem Karoli Baba said, all is one. All the spiritual master, enlightened master tell us is one. Not yet. What happened with those guys is they went up to the apex point already. So they're kind of gone from this vortex that you and I are in. You and I are over here, not enlightened. Don't put yourself as if you're an enlightened master, or don't take other people to be enlightened masters. Everybody is just right here going, okay? If they're not going like that in this dimension in which there's life and death and hardship and pain and male and female, all these duality things, if they're not here, you won't see them. So if anyone tells you that they are an enlightened master, then they try to put you, tell you that you should do what they do. Not right. You should, anyway. Oh my God, I've gone way off. I can't talk about anyone else but myself and the things I love, which is spirituality. So let me first tell you about Otis. Otis is 26 years younger than me. We are like several generations apart, and we've been together 11 years. It is an amazing record for me personally. I must say I owe much to Otis. He is sort of my guru. Many of my ideas that I'm talking about here came from Otis, because we discuss things a lot, and we're really good together. So he also calls me his guru, because according to him, I taught him a lot of stuff too. So in my mind, I've always thinks we are even, we're like this. We're like this, right? One guy going this way. I always say your lover is going to be your diametrically opposing twin. So we are going, Otis and I are going like that. So, so when we come into the apex point, we are we are attracted to each other, and then we boom, and then we go out. So we're going like that. It is because, and this is a reaction to Otis. This video is a reaction to Otis' video. He just recently did a video coming out that he is not straight. That's what he calls it. He's not straight. He is, this is kind of common to young men I'm very sorry. I know it's offensive to Otis to call him a young man, because when in fact, to a 64-year-old woman who is his wife, a 37-year-old man is a young man. So I look at him as a boy. And the part of me that look at him as a boy is the part of me that is the parallel university teacher. And this person is a male. The teacher is a male. So let me explain that there is two brains. It's not so much what your body, we should know this by now, right? It's not what your body likes. Is whether you are a man and woman doesn't make you a man and woman. Whether you are, I mean, of course it makes you a man and woman. I'm so sorry. The other thing about me is, although I might be saying something real, but it's very confusing because I use like really confusing words and metaphors, and I'm very hard to understand. So I know that. So I know that about myself, and I feel for you that you have to listen to someone so confusing. So, okay, so let's. I'm talking about this male and female brain. Okay, the male and the female brain is what defines a person's sexual orientation in this life. Okay, I have to explain, because you are going to be, through your entire past life experience, you have been both a male and a female. Okay, there's some lives you choose to be a man and some lives you choose to be a woman. So I believe in the incarnation theory, and therefore in incarnation you do choose to be a male or a female. And when you choose to be a male or a female, your brain is actually wired that way. But so it's just like, you know, you're born with a body that is male or female, or, you know, okay, you're born with a body that is both, but there's only very few people who are like that, right? So your brain as well is it's, you know, it's born with a certain, either male and female is kind of a very kind of definite way of saying it, because we do have male and female, but it's the creative side or the receptive side. It's the plus brain or the minus brain, right? So that's why, sorry, so male and female brain is actually not the right way to say it. Look how that's really neat. It's not actually the right way to say it. It should be the plus brain or the minus brain. It's the creative brain or the receptive brain. Okay, so and in each person there is many different past life experience. There's many different people, many different souls in one person. Okay, I understand what I'm saying. It's just my take. This is just what I think. This is not the truth or facts. It's just what I think. Okay, so when you listen to me, make sure to retain yourself, not just me. You're not just listening to me because, whoa, Jenny must know everything. No, you think about it. Think about what I say. And that's why I like debate. That's why the Tibetan Buddhism, they love debate, because it's like talking about things, like going on and on and on and on. That's how you get your brain to finally understand the truth. And the truth is, you are neither male nor female, and you are actually going up. Okay, we'll get to that. I'll get to that. So the first thing that you have to understand is in a so in your body, and that's why it's so complicated, you find someone who is in a completely beautiful female body and they have a male brain, and they're like, you know, I actually like women, so you can have a beautiful female body and you're looking for the male energy. Or you can be, you know, a big burly man and you have a female brain, and now you are looking for male energy. And then when you find the person you love, that person also has a body and male and female brain, and so maybe that person you like happens to come in a body of a beautiful woman. So now you got a kind of a male body with a female brain and a female body with a male brain. Now it fits, right? So you have to not only fit the body as a sexual choice, you also have to find the right brain. So what happens is you are born with the male tendency of a brain, and then you will swing into this apex point. Now this is not, I'm not talking about every day now. This is it's hard to understand. The material is deep and hard to understand, really. It takes a long time. It took my whole lifetime, 64 years, to come to this meager bit of understanding and try to give it to you right now. So the male brain coming into becoming female, right? That's becoming female. And then the female brain coming in and becoming the male brain becoming female, female brain becoming male brain, female brain. So we're doing that swing in the day, in your life. So what happens, and this is my conjecture, that we have these Saturn returns, and in the Saturn return everything kind of dies and changes. So it used to be just one lifetime. So you were born with a male body and you have a female brain, and you're looking for a male. Those guys are called homosexuals. And in the olden days, where they are in, if people are prosecuted, so is, female brain that were born with a male body. My God, did I say it wrong? So in the olden days, because they don't know that the brain and the body are different things, right? They're different things. It should be really obvious now, but it wasn't obvious in human history. And the more primitive places still believes that, God gives you a body and God gives you a brain and that's that, but it's not. So it's really, really important to understand there's a difference between the male, the creative brain and the receptive brain. And whether you are in a body that is male or female has nothing to do with the orientation of the brain. And that's why we have all these different sexual orientation now, because we're doing this, our brain is doing this, and our body is like, so. But basically, you are still looking for that one person. There's just one person in this world that is the exact match with you as you are female and becoming male. He is going male and becoming female. And as you are male and then you are becoming female, he's becoming female and male. You know what I mean? Like, this is where you meet. And what is that meeting place? That meeting place is when we are one. It doesn't make any difference whether you are male or female. Doesn't matter, you're swinging over here or swinging over there, swinging back and forth. So ultimately, that's what spirituality is trying to do, is get you to just stay there. Now, why is there a good place? There, where the whole world is all one, where we just really idealize this state in which we are all one. Oh my God, I have unconditional love for the whole world. And no, that's a misconception. That's not enlightenment. Enlightenment is a thing. It's a realization. It is not that from now on, all is one, you're going to love everyone, you're going to be bliss and in unconditional love. Ironically, it is that as well, because if it's true for one, if it's one, then it's true for everything. So yes, so truth are only those things that are just true no matter how you look at it. So if you look at something and it's not true, when you look at it in another way, it's not true. Those things are not true. So in a way, being male or female, you know, going like this is not, it's the fantasy of you. It's not real. The real you is standing right here, where you're really not male or female, right? You're just like, you're like both, all. And when you're at that state, you can also understand that you actually move in any place. That is also a place that is completely, you know, neutral. That is a completely neutral place for this side. This is a neutral place for this side. And when you come to the neutral place, you shoot up one level up in the triangle into another completely different reality that is all one. And that reality is here and now. You can just kind of, if you are there, if you are actually there, it doesn't really matter, right? You just kind of love someone, whether they're male or female, whether you know. But we're not there. Again, we're not there. So, let's, as I promised, this is actually a very specific video. This is a, so that said, this is an actual video as a reaction to Otis Funkmeyer's coming out video, in which he says, I'm not straight. By the way, I am really impressed of his, Otis's spiritual development. Like, this is a big step. This is a big step of Otis growing up. You know, that's the thing about coming out videos. Coming out videos is, you know, it's a big step. I really admire it. But the thing about it is that the coming out is once you make the coming out video, you come out. And the rest of your life, you know what it is you have given permission to other people to come out, right? For example, if you're sitting there and, you know, you are like in medieval times and you are a monk and you are a man, and you just very quietly tell your friend who's also a man, who's also a monk, and you said, I actually like women, you know, and the other guy go, well, but I like men, and you go, that's the coming out part, right? When you come out, the other guy gets a chance to come out, to be themselves. It's like, okay, you are going to come out and tell me all about yourself, then I'm going to come out and tell you all about myself too. It's like, why, if you are going to come out and like make one part of yourself like evidence to everyone, and then now I would like to make one part of yourself that is evident to me about you that you may not know. This is what I think, and this is what I think all the time, and you don't acknowledge what I think. So this is what's happening right now. So let me go back to the male and female brain, because that's really important in my internal, that's the macrocosm, but in the microcosm it reflects in my relationship with Otis, right? Because I know a lot of people have been watching my multiple personality caught on camera video. Yes, I have multiple personality. I'm very, very aware of my personalities, and I love them, and they really help me. And I'm becoming, I know now this video is about multiple personality. Well, when you have multiple personality and you know it, you can then, number one, understand yourself better. That's called self-inquiry. That's what Parallel University teach is self-inquiry. I teach all kinds of tools that I have used that I know worked for me. See, it's not something I believe. It works for me. So when you come to, Parallel University, you are getting my take on life, not the truth, because I'm not enlightened. But until I'm enlightened, I would not be able to actually, But when I'm enlightened, you know what happens? I'll be gone. I have no desire to be to stay here after I'm enlightened, and I'm not. Actually, I can't say that. Oh my God, I've gotten myself into a hole again. Well, I can't say that. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I am realized, because it's like waking up from a dream. My teacher, Nisargadatta, said, oh, it's like a dream to speculate what you will do after you wake up from a dream. It's really stupid, right? He said, so what do you do when you wake up in a dream in the morning? I said, I go to pee. He said, sure, you can go to pee, and then afterward, what? I said, have some tea. He said, yes, whatever you're going to do, you are not going to go back to the dream. I said, well, I have gone back to the dream. He said, I'm not talking about. He said, well, you've gone back to the dream to become lucid dreaming, right? I said, yes, but there's no point in dreaming the same dream once you wake up, right? I found that out when I went through the entire lucid dreaming thing. I was awake in my dream, and I lost interest in it. It's like now I know what dreams are. Dreams are tools to help me think when I can't think. Use my other brain, and okay, I much rather be awake. So anyway, I've gone away from lucid dreaming, even though it's a very good tool, and I was in it. Now I've gone. I love this. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for. I love pontificating. I am a Chinese scholar who died. This is my past life. About, I don't know. In an ancient China, I was a scholar. I learned a lot. I'm alone all the time, and I'm a recluse. And I learned a lot, but I died alone, and I didn't share my knowledge with the world. And this life, I've come with this intense need to be a teacher, to start schools and to teach people. Like every time I see someone, I'm like talking about teaching them things. It's terrible. I really feel for Otis. He has been the one person that really stuck with me. That's how smart he is. He really has stuck and put up with like a bitch. Really a bitch. I call him a bitch because I am a bitch myself. I'm a bitch, and I will also explain why I call him a bitch in a moment. And I also want to say, Otis, you've done a lot for me, including this mic that he has put for my video, so my sound is better. He just loves me and takes care of me in so many ways, and I love him and take care of him in many ways too. We are really wonderful match. I feel like I have found my twin flame soulmate. There's a part of me that Otis really doesn't like, and that's this one right here, called Vivi Shu. I call her Vivi Shu. It's this person right here who is the teacher from Parallel University. This personality, so okay, my God, now I'm coming back to saying that I have 4 different I might have more, but I can identify very clearly myself when I was about 3.5 to 5 years old. It's my inner child. She's very alive. Her name is Chui Dai Hing. Hello. When I talk like this and when I point my finger, I can evoke Chui Dai Hing very easily. So the other one is called Lucy. Lucy came about when I was 7 years old, and she is just angry. She's just angry. She's really good at being angry. She's just an angry bitch. I call her the Black Witch because she is. She's a fucking mean little bitch. Bitchy, mean girl, and I love her. I love my inner child, Chui Dai Hing, who is really a Catholic schoolgirl. And I love my fucking bitch, fuck you up like that. You know, she's like that. She's I wrote about these personality in my book as well. My book, magnum opus, Love and Sex in the Fifth Dimension. It's a lot about Otis and me. It's Otis published it. It's a very beautiful book. Okay, so so I have this. So there's Chidai Hing, my inner child. There's the prostitute. No, that's Lucy, the black witch. And then when I was about 14, 15, 17, 18 years old, when I start drinking and smoking and having sex, a personality came out that's called Jenny. I call her Jenny. She was a prostitute in ancient China, and she has all the signs of being a prostitute. She loves to eat. She loves to wear nice clothes, fame, fortune, money. She loves all that. She loves pink. She loves things that glitter. I can just be Jenny whenever I want. And I slow down a lot when I'm Jenny. She really enjoys life. She loves to play. She doesn't really care to work. So then the fourth personality, the most developed personality, is this one. It's the Chinese scholar, and I call her Vivi. And then of course there's Jenny Funkmeyer, who is the oversoul of the four personalities. So it's reflected in my hand when I'm on this side, and I will have, to me, a counterpoint on my other side of my brain, because I'm actually one person, right? So on my counterpoint, and in my case, is Otis Funkmeyer, right? In my case. Now, mind you, I'm talking about my Otis Funkmeyer. I'm not talking about Otis Funkmeyer himself. You see, that's a very confusing concept to understand, because I'm talking about how I see Otis. I'm not talking about Otis, right? What we see is based on myself. It's never going to be real or whatever. There's no such thing as real. It's just how I see. But I'm stuck to my eyes. I'm stuck to how I think, my brain. So this is how I see the world. So please understand that I'm talking about Otis Funkmeyer. It's Jenny Funkmeyer talking about Otis Funkmeyer. It doesn't mean that is who Otis is. It just means, you know, because Otis continue to change, and I continue to change. Both of us are going like this all the time. You know, how can we stay the same person? So I don't know who Otis is. Every time I see him is new. That's why Yogananda said sempre nova. Sempre means constant. Nova means new. It's constantly new. We're doing this. We are going from male, suddenly we come in and then past the apex where we're not male and female, and then now we're female, you know. So in our life, if you're going to be in this dimension, you're going to be just flipping back and forth. You're going to be male, female. So okay, so now in my life, so I have inner child, I have Lucy, I have Jenny, the prostitute, I have the scholar, Vivi, right here, and I have the oversoul. And on this side of my brain, the way I see Otis, not Otis himself, but just the way I, Jenny, see Otis, consists of Otis's inner child called Linus. I call him Linus, not Otis calling himself, I call him Linus. There's a Tizzy, a really kind of a black wizard kind of guy. There is a prostitute, flamboyant, gay man called Brit, and there is Otis Funkmeyer, who's a Jewish banker, who is very calculating, who really loves money. He's a Jewish banker. It's very ironic, isn't it? I am kind of a Chinese banker, kind of in my personality. I'm really money is very important, and Otis too, money is very important. It's like we instantly, he says I use my abacus and he uses his computer, like we instantly understand the monetary value, the current market value of a certain thing, you know. So, and a lot of times we come to very different amounts or very similar amount, but both of us have this kind of banker kind of personality in us. So as you can see, right, so there's 4 of me and 3 of me are females, right? I have an inner child, I have a Lucy, who's a female, and a prostitute is definitely a female, and a male brain, who is Vivi, right? And Otis has all these, has his 4 personality, who are mostly male. Who are, sorry, mostly male, but turning female. His dominant personality, the one that is dominant, that's doing all the creativity, just like my dominant personality. No, right. I call him Brit. Is our dominant personality, which is right over here. You see how these 2 points, which is the dominant person, which is after all the development, we have come to the highest development of ourselves. His dominant personality is actually female, and my dominant personality is male. So we actually fit, but then there are these other personality of us that are not fitting, because when 2 poles that are the same, they don't come together. They repulse each other, and the poles that are the same melt into each other. So Otis has mostly a female brain when I use my male brain, and when he meets another person that triggers him, he may be using his female brain and the other person using the male brain, and whether that manifested in Otis's life as 2 kinds of women. When he uses his female brain, he gets male. He is attracted. The women, when he is using his female brain, the attraction is going to be male coming to him, and that male could be. I call them alpha dogs. I use dogs and cats because I like to use dogs and cats to explain relationship, because it's like it's more animal, it's more kind of to the point. So so when a person is the dominant creative force is going to be the dominant personality, and really the dominant personality in Otis is a female, and in me it's a male, and as that we actually fit really well. But then we both get confused. I'm as confused as Otis to my sexual orientation. Although because I have 26 years more, I'm pretty, like, I've been there, done that, came out many years ago. Like when I was working with Playboy, I was like, do I really want? Do I like women that have big breasts and like the Playboy women? Because I was a director when I was working with Playboy. And it just sounds like, well, everybody wants to fuck the director, you know, and then all these girls are coming to me, and like, and I got really confused. So I really understand it. At that time, it was really confusing, and I kind of understand every young person. I was just about, I was yeah, 20 some. You know what? I was kind of 37 years old too, so maybe that's another thing. And when I was working for Playboy, I think I was about that age. I don't remember. I gotta, like, when I made the Playboy videos, I worked in I wrote pornography scripts, and I was really like into sex at that time, and I was kind of in my 30s. I think see, people just hate this when they, you know, like, I don't call me a stereotype. I did that myself, but you know what? Stereotyping really kind of has something. When a person is in their 20s and the person in their 30s, in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they're really there. Their brains are like, you know, different. So I was really into sex in my 30s too, and I think, and I was really confused. I was like, do I like male? Do I like female? I wish someone would talk to me like this, and so made me understand that that's just the dominant person. Okay, so it's just the dominant personality, dominant brain that we use, that we encounter people. So what happens when, that's the great thing about coming out, is you don't have to choose, right? Because you're swinging between male brain, female brain, all your personalities are swinging. You know, everything is swinging like that. That's light. Shoo, 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 shoo. It doesn't stop. It only stops at one point. That's why meditation is important, right? You can keep your brain there. Now, why is that good? Like, why is meditation good? The primary function of meditation is stop your brain going male brain, female brain, male brain, female brain, and just stay there. And you know what's so good about there is you can be male or female. You can be anything you ever want to be. So that means if your mind is very kind of calm, when somebody approach you, you can immediately see whether this brain is a male brain or a female brain. And then because, hello? Okay, somehow my video has stopped showing me that it's recording, but I think it's still recording. So anyway, I'm just going to continue without the picture, right? So because my picture is frozen. Anyway, I hope you're really hearing me right now. So, so if you are in the middle, you can then, whoever approach you, you can really kind of very calmly say, well, do I like this person or not? And sometimes if she's a she, and you can utilize your male brain. And if it's a he, and you can utilize your female brain. Or if it's a he that is really much a she, and you can now, you know, use your, you know what I mean? Like between personality and the swinging of the male and the female brain, it's again, that's duality, brain and body, two separate things functioning, going like that for you. And try to stay in the middle, and you can always just choose your sexual orientation on the spot. How cool is that, huh? On the spot, you can choose your sexual orientation on the spot if you stay there, so that you don't have to be dominantly run by a male brain or a female brain. Right now, I am ran dominantly as a male brain. Whenever I go into a creative mode, I become a male brain. And whenever Otis goes into a creative mode, he is a female brain. That's just my read on Otis, and that's why I call him, you're a bitch. Now, the reason I call him a bitch is because I like to use dogs and cats to explain relationship. Is it recording? I hope it's recording. I don't see it recording. So, but then this actually does not address our personal issues, because I'm okay with him being male and female and going to see girls. I mean, I've gone through the whole gamut in this book. You know, he had gone to see, I'm celibate, and my husband's wisest fantasy is to have sex with 300 to 600 women. So, you know, all my girls have dealt with this issue. And in this book, I discover many things about myself while I deal with my jealousy of my husband going out with other women. And now he wants to go out with other men. It's like, that's a piece of cake. Go out with other men, no problem with me. Go out with other women. I have more problem with going out with other women because I'm a man. In here is a man, and when you go out with women, I'm jealous. In here is also a prostitute. You go out with beautiful women, I'm jealous. But when you go out with beautiful men, somehow I'm not as jealous. So it's kind of like that. That's what's happening. So people who really wants to know what I think about my husband coming out as you know, man, I'm not straight. I'm okay with it. I love it. I wish nothing than for Otis to please grow up and figure this out, man. But growing up is a very fun process. So don't make it difficult for yourself. Just go out there and just like, you know, grow up and try things, and then you will find out. But it really, really has something to do with actually growing up. So now this is a thing. So the sexual orientation is just a very basic coming out. It's like, since he came out and show a part of himself, I like to show a part of myself too, which is this, the personalities in Vivi, Jenny, and Lucy. These three personalities don't like little boys. Little, like I call it, there's one personality that loves this little boy, and that's my dominant inner child personality. Just loves Otis, loves the Linus, and she's the one who really like say, come on girls, please stop. But we can't stop who we are, who I am. I'm just the way I am. And if Otis is going to allow himself to be who he is, I'm going to have him allow me to be who I am. And this is what I truly think about him, that no matter how hard he tries, he is not a man in my eyes and will never be a man. Doesn't matter his sexual orientation, as I said, you know, he can be male, female. Like, I'm beyond the thing because I dealt with it here. 6 years. It took me 6 years to deal with my own fucking jealousy about my husband's going out with other women or other men. It's like, okay, I dealt with it, done for the rest of my life. But I am not okay, as I explained, that I'm a Chinese banker and he's a Jewish banker, and the Jewish banker is trying to one up me. He is I know this might hurt. I don't know, but I want to say that I had given Otis the option to for me to say this in a video that he could edit. I was hoping he would, you know, like watch it and then just cut out the parts that he doesn't want other people to see, but he says I should make a live video, which thank you, and it kind of started me making videos again, because I've stopped for a minute because I'm in my own saga right now. Anyway, I diverge again. So my three personality, the dominant male personality, who is the Chinese banker, who is the Chinese scholar, who is, and my female, the prostitute, and Lucy, who's always mad. Just look at him as a boy, and he has to grow up, and growing up, ironically, consists of leaving me. I know it sounds absolutely crazy. I think he has to come to the apex point in order to truly like see this. He has to grow up some in order to which means financial, physical independence of me. You know, we have long-standing fights about money. I don't want to bore you with the details. Otis knows the details. I know the details. This is truly how I think, and I can't change that. And it's not for the lack of love. It's just like I can't change that. I'm the one person in the world that is going to just ice you in Otis in this one way. And for me to change that is just not possible. It's not possible for you to change who you are in order for me to love you. So there's no way for me to change who I am in order to love, in order to for you to love me. So the change has to come from within. So that's why it took me 6 years to deal with my jealousy, because I beat my jealousy down until it's gone, man. I integrated, I love my jealousy until I'm not jealous anymore. Sorry, beating. That's so violent. That's the black witch in me. She's not only violent to other people, she's also violent to me. The self-attack that she does on me is horrific, and that's why meditation help. When I'm down, wow, my self-attack, like, it's painful, man. And when she's not doing that to me, she turns around and does it to other people. So it's really painful. And I'm really, really smart. So I'm a good actress. All this stuff, I have to come out to say, I like Otis is coming out, really helped me coming out to see that I'm magnificent, I'm amazing, I'm, you know, like, I just can't hide that anymore. There's a side of me that thinks my husband should, you know, he has to have his own house, he has to have his own thing, and he has to, you know, buy me things that, and come to me with flowers and no chocolate anymore, because too much chocolate. It has to like bring flowers to understand who I really am, and I require that, and I know, and he's like, fuck that, you know. So I guess it's fuck that. If you're gonna come out and admit your entire, like, who you really are, want to be like, from now on I'm just going to be me, and you know, and I like willing to take the consequences from people that really doesn't matter as much as me, from my point of view. Again, I'm the one talking. I think I should be the most important person in his life. If he can come out, I can come out too, right? This is how I think. I think, you know, my scholar thinks my dominant male personality likes the femaleness in him, but the abacus is going and saying, well, it seems to be an unfair situation. And yes, it's unfair because, of course, he's much younger than me. What do I expect? What a bitch I am. What a jerk I am to not, you know, to require my husband to grow up. Why, you got a boy, you're gonna always have a boy. No, I don't always want a boy. I want a man. A man is independent. A man has his own money, buys things for other people, not kind of like somehow, somewhere along the line in the fine print, it is, you know, somehow like, hey man, make your own money, buy me things, pay me rent, and you know, do all that. I'm doing that for my lover. Why don't you do that for your lover? So this is what I think, really. When you come out and admit who you are, I have to come out and admit who I am. And it's really, it's really happening. We're coming to the apex point. I hope that there's both a memory that both Otis and I remember, and that was that we were just two energies, just having fun, enjoying life. We call it Li-lying, playing in all of creation, and that will not be possible to be in the triangle, to be in this space that all is well, that all is bliss and all is love. It's not possible until we come to that, and the process is going to go on until we come to that, and at each time we come together it will be an absolute balance point. And so really, it's really simple. The only thing I've found to do to really have a relationship with your diametrical twin, in which there's certain part of this person that no matter how hard you try, there's always going to be something that really piss you off about your twin flame. In my case is Otis, and in Otis' case is Jenny, isn't it? I'm always going to piss you off in one way or 5,000 ways. It's just up to you. And, you know, it's just up to you to sort that out. Because what I found out is I can just work on my hate for Otis. I worked a long time on it, and I really don't hate him. Doesn't matter what he says. It's like I sometimes use the Lucy personality. That's a new development in me. It's this new development really freaks me out. It's because I know how to use my personality now. So sometimes I may be like screaming, but I actually am not screaming inside, because I'm using the Lucy personality. And sometimes I can use because I am the most developed character. I'm the teacher. I'm the most oldest character. I can kind of pretend to be them. So, and Jenny Funkmeyer is also, you know, the oversoul of all these personalities. So I can also use one of these personality, but I cannot function without using one of the personality. I'm still in this dream of reality right now, and I'm not enlightened. I am not realized yet, although I am quite realized. And actually, I should make another video about realization, because I think humanity is very much enlightened and realized. We just have to really realize that we are. Nisargadatta said realization means to realize that there's nothing to realize. And also when you realized, when you become enlightened or whatever that big boom is, and now you're in this space, everything is going to just be the same. That's why Buddha said there's always going to be pain, but the suffering just goes away. You know, there's a lot of benefits to be in the space of being realized, but I'm not right now, and I would just have to honor myself to, you know, Otis came out to his sexual orientation, to his confusion, or to his, sorry, I use really negative words. I've been trying to change that. I know primarily I have a very negative kind of look about things, and it's in the choice of my words, is in the way I look at people and things. Not all the time, but this personality, Vivi, the teacher personality, the dominant creative personality, right now is a very, very negative personality, and I'm trying to change that. And by the way I'm changing it is my spirit guide has guided me to look at only colors right now. When I go out, in reality, I'm not allowed to look at anything. I'm just looking at colorful things to switch me from primarily swinging in a negative direction into a positive, you know, like just trying to get more positivity in me. And I thank you, Otis, for helping me be me so much. I think it's going to be a big storm. I think, oh God, the future will take care of itself, and I know it's going to be wonderful. And maybe you're going to quit me, be so mad. That's death. I don't believe in death, so you don't have to do anything. And in fact, really, the world does not have to do anything for me, because I'm here to do things for myself. And thank you, I would do it for myself. So my thing is, I have decided, and I have decided that Otis is my my love, eternal love, unconditional. So that's it. I'm going to be here to help, whatever you need. Just like you've helped me and loved me so many years, I have done the same for you. We're even and we're equal. And a big grow up is necessary. Don't be my bitch right now. I'm your alpha dog and you're my bitch. Don't be my bitch. Don't be my beta dog. I want an alpha dog. I want to turn into a beta dog. I'm swinging from a male brain into a female brain, man. I want to be like take care of me, love me. Although I don't really want that right now. I want my Otis to grow up, to be financially independent, to be a big star, to be a big man. And then I hope he will come back to love me. And if he doesn't, it's like my teacher said, don't speculate on what happened after you wake up from the dream. You know, it's like, that's really stupid. So I hope that after he grows up, something nice happens for me from Otis. I know he would. He's a really wonderful person. I really believe in that. And for me, it's unconditional love from now into eternity. And I will be waiting for you in Montauk. A part of me will always be waiting for you in Montauk, whether I'm physical or elsewhere in the universe doing different things. You know, whether when I shed my body, I will be in Montauk, waiting for all my loved ones, and hopefully I will become realized. I wonder what happens after one is realized. So that's it for today's video. Watch Otis Funkmeyer channel, and also the Funkmeyer channel. Otis Funkmeyer, great video, beautiful. It's a one-man band. I think he's so much better than Casey Neistat, who is his hero, who he talks about all the time. But it's like, whoa, that video has, the thinking is amazing. What he's talking about is amazing. The cutting, the editing, the filmic quality, it's really worth watching. It's for this video, if I reach one person or Otis, I'm just happy. So if you are watching and if you're not Otis, thank you so much for just like indulging me. Thank you. And if you like my video, I'm like, kiss your feet, man. I'm an old hack sitting here talking about pontificating. I could be completely wrong. Oh, this time I'm like, oh my God. I'm really, some days is really, Lucy. Oh my God, Lucy just attacked me. Did you see that? Lucy attacked me. I'm a brilliant, incredible person. And then Lucy wants me to be humble, slower. You know, Lucy, anything I do, Lucy always tells me I'm wrong. And I have that in the physical in Otis. Okay, in the most profound way, Otis tells me I'm completely wrong. And I understand that. It's because he's my diametrically opposing twin. So thank you. And I am your diametrically opposing twin, Otis, which means I'm always going to piss you off, and you're always going to piss me off. And the only thing that we could be not pissed off to each other is get into the neutral space and fuck it, man. Just play as gods. Just forget it. Like, if I'm going to be pissed off, I work on my brain. What am I pissed off about Otis? Just stop it. Just stop it. It's my problem. I don't require Otis to change, so don't require me to change. Change yourself. Grow up. Become financially independent. Become a big man. Then choose me. Choose me. I love you.